As a villain factored into him being called for a flagrant foul 2 and ejected early in the third quarter of Saturday's Game 3 loss to Los Angeles Lakers. Brooks, who declined to comment after the game, explained what went down after Sunday's practice at USC's Dillon Center. Take a listen.
The media making me a villain, the fans making me a villain, and then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nuts. I'm playing basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category of having a flagrant 2, and you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person.
Okay, so that's the Dillon Brooks situation. Then, as we just discussed, the Knicks took a commanding 3-1 lead Sunday. Donovan Mitchell with a disappointing output, 11-4 and 5. Monica, I want to start with you. Who was more disappointing? Was it Brooks Saturday or Mitchell Sunday?
It was Brooks for me, Molly, Stephen A, and Perk easily, and that's not even really a conversation. I actually, call me naive, did not believe that was intentional. However, the way and the temperature of officiating in this current playoffs, you already knew what time it was as soon as they went to go and do a review. But I think if you're Brooks, you have to be cognizant of that and not put yourself in that position to the best of your ability. Now, somebody might say it's a basketball play or he was playing basketball, he can't control all that. You have to be that much more cognizant. I did not like that sound from Brooks, and I am one who has supported the Grizzlies. I don't mind Dillon Brooks running his mouth, but you can't necessarily flip the script. If you're going to be the one that chirps and leads the way, you got to be on the floor enough to back that sort of talk up. And he literally took him out of the ballgame. And so for me, that was far more disappointing than Josh Hart playing terrific defense on Donovan Mitchell.
You know, I've been, this is one of those rare moments, Kendrick Perkins, where I was home and I was like, I got to think about how I'm going to say what I want to say.
Uh-oh.
I struggled, I'm like, there is FCC airwaves to consider. I can't just say everything the way that I want to say it, I got to be careful. I have a responsibility. I'm going to try. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. First of all, Dillon Brooks, that was just weak. When you walk out after chirping the way that you did leading into the game against LeBron James and the Lakers, just the same as I just said about Julius Randle, for you not to be available to talk, that's pathetic. Number 2, you really gonna blame it on the media? The media has made you look really? Let me ask you this question, Dillon Brooks. You really think that we sat up here on national television, put Kendrick Perkins up on the screen? I want to see him. I want to see him when I say this. You really think that all of us pundits, male and female, black, white, Asian, Latino, everybody, you really think that when we actually came on TV and said, let's figure out a way to talk about Dillon Brooks? You really think that? You're not Ja Morant. Hell, you damn sure ain't Elvis. No, we did not do that. You did it. You brought the attention to yourself. We simply waited for you to back it up because we loved the chirping. We loved the general competitive fervor of it. We welcomed it. We look at you. You got some people out there complaining about you being a bad guy. I loved it. KP loved it. Eminem loved it. More importantly than that, most people loved it. We just wanted to see you back it up. We wanted to see you hit some of those open shots rather than shoot 3 or 14 from the field. We wanted to see a competitive confrontation instead of y'all being down 35-9 in the first quarter or 38-9 early in the second quarter, getting blown out by damn near 30 before people had a chance to pass gas. That's what we were waiting for. And when that did not happen, Dillon Brooks, we said, damn, you couldn't back it up. And then to make matters worse, you hit him in the privates. Now let me put me back up on the screen and take the damn highlights off, please. Because America needs to understand this. Molly got on me the other day because I used the word wolf instead of whiff or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, wolf is for a dog.
Okay, what do you want?
Whiff is like you whip the
Okay,
people.
fine.
Whip it.
We gonna go with that.
So he didn't wolf him. He whiffed
Are you
him.
interrupting the flow? I just asked the question. Don't interrupt the flow right now.
just
This is
trying to
important.
teach
Molly,
you.
this is important to America. This is an important message to America. This is a PSA announcement. This is a public service announcement.
Okay, whiff. Okay.
You don't even whiff in that area.
Yeah, you don't wolf.
You don't even whiff in that area. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Tell you a little story.
Oh boy.
Story time.
Story.
I was playing around with my little niece. This is about 5 years ago.
Okay.
This is about 5 years ago.
Just make sure you
okay?
tell this.
Her 3-year-old sister came up behind me while I was playing around with her sister from behind and kicked me right into you know what. I collapsed like I just got hit by Deontay Wilder. You understand what I'm saying? I collapsed. You understand? I couldn't even break my fall with my arm because of both of my arms either immediately went in that area. To witness a 3-year-old to whiff in that area is criminal. Everybody knows that. So if you are Dillon Brooks, granted, it may not have been intentional. But the minute you saw LeBron James on the court writhing in pain in that area, the decent man in you is to go over there. You all right? I didn't mean to do that. He did no such thing. You whiff in that area.
Good use
It's
of the word.
problematic.
Glad you can use it in a
You don't do it.
Right.
And rather than sitting up there talking about you the victim, and you've been victimized by people, how about, man, that's my bad. That's not something that's supposed to happen. I had no intention of doing that. That's all it would have taken. That's all I got to say.
Great story, Steve.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good story.
It's the truth.
It's a good story. Yeah. You never need to tell it. And it was
I actually like that version of you breaking down Dillon Brooks. Now here's mine. I've been thinking as well when it comes down to Dillon Brooks in this past weekend. And I'm convinced that one, Dillon Brooks probably was in the same class K through 12 in school. I'm convinced that he is still trying to put triangles into circles, circles into rectangles, figuring out his shapes. Because when I think about Dillon Brooks and I think about why we even started talking about him, okay? Think about this. You're about to go on the road. You're undermanned. You don't know if you're going to have your superstar or not. You already missing Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, and you poke the bear, and you brag about it. So now you poke the bear, and you go into L.A., fine. And all of a sudden, you go 3 for 13 and get ejected, undermanned, and then you walk out on the media. Okay, cool. You don't want to address it. You have a night to sleep on it, and then you come back and you actually blame the media? You blame the media. You blame the media for you calling out Braun. This is not the first time that you've been in the media for actually your actions on calling somebody out. You just called Draymond Green out about 2-3 weeks ago before the playoffs even started. So when I think about Dillon Brooks and I think about his logic of thinking, it's not the most intelligent. And I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I'm not trying to sit up here and make it like I am. But I'm damn sure a knife in the damn drawer. I may be a butter knife, but I'm a knife in the drawer when it comes.
you're a steak knife.
And I'm just thinking-
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Steak knife.
I'm just thinking about what he did to build up to this point, and then the explanation after he had a night of sleeping to come back and blame somebody to point the finger to say we making him a villain. We can't make this up.
Molly,
We can't make
I
it
will
up.
say, Molly, I will say this. I'm going to go with the butter because he looks like he throws a lot of butter on his steaks and potatoes. So I'm going to say
shut
I would like
butter
to be a
and cream.
parent.
Butter and cream. Butter and sour cream. He doesn't look like he's throwing a lot of
You
butter and
fan
sour
of
cream
him,
on
too.
there. I mean,
Fancy
Perk look like that's how he rolls.
What kind of knife are you? I'm a paring knife.
Whatever cuts the best.
All right.
Whatever
All right. Oh, okay. I play bricks on a soap opera. Coming up. Let's go. Just help me.
No,
I help
I
everyone.
do